Hello, Disc Golf World. It's been too long. My name is Kevin Jones, and I'm back bringing you guys coverage with Luke Humphries. This is the 2021 Music City Open, brought to you by Dynamic Discs. Luke, how you doing, man?
Solid as always, Kev. We've got a great card for you guys today. Matty O, Emerson Keith, Adam Hammies, and Chris Dickerson. Got a bunch of wood slayers here. It's a kind of wooded disc golf park style course that we're dealing with today, Kev.
Yeah, pretty much well said. In other words, we're dealing with a lot of shorter than average holes through the woods, unique disc golf that you might see in your local park.
Yeah, exactly. Starting with kind of custom hole one, like a sky kind of flex shot, I guess, a stall shot that would work left. It's probably the best play. We might see some guys go with the forehand, but it's kind of a tricky hole for only being 356.
Yeah, Heiser's going to play really well. Yeah, it is tricky, though, because of the gap that we're dealing with off of this tee box. Small gap.
That forces you to get the disc up in the air right away, which kind of hurts your chances at getting it to move forward.
Alabama's own Matt Orum, one of my favorite disc golfers out there on tour as far as style and personality.
And game. He's got it all. He's been playing really good this year so far. Hadn't played them all, but been here lately. Emerson's been playing some good golf as well. Hasn't really repeated his 2019 Worlds performance as we expected him to, but it's in there somewhere, and he's definitely got the forehand.
It's coming out just a little early here. It's going to be an obstructed putt. Could possibly work something there. Thing about the forehand is it gets you out of bogey range.
Yeah, exactly. Just moving up the fairway. Looks like Adam's going high route, backhand.
It's a really deceiving line from the backhand standpoint. It seems like you can't, as Adam misses early, gets a good result there, but it seems like you can't push your disc very far forward, but in reality, there's more room than you think. Chris Dickerson is a master of all traits, U.S. champion, two-time Disc Golf Pro Tour champion.
And he's wearing some Vans today. I haven't seen that footwork out of Chris Dickerson yet. Looking fresh. Matching the outfit.
And also coming off the Green Mountain performance.
This is kind of special tournament. You get a tee-off song on hole one, similar to DD Open.
You would think I'd be all over that, but I didn't even know that. So I had no music playing from my shot today. Got to fix that one for tomorrow. Nice zone approach shot from Adam there. He's extremely talented at that shot. He almost never misses it. Matty finding trouble from the woods. This is tough. Matt Orum just pushed his drive out too far to the right and was unfortunate to get stuck behind all of those trees. There are little lanes through where Emerson putted there, but nothing clear at all. It would have been a pretty impressive make from there.
Yeah, Chris, the closest of our competitors, at like 65 feet. Just telling you how tricky this one is. It's a weird way to start.
All right, here is a little lane. I'm familiar with this putt, and Matt makes it right through the only window that he has. It's incredible.
Yeah, what a par save.
Yeah.
I do see your name on the list of people that birdied this hole. How'd you do it?
I was going to say something, but it's funny how when we watch coverage and we see like these little wooded lines that you would never see if you played the course again, but Matt Orum was dealing with exact same hole that I dealt with on my putt.
Did you go forehand off the tee?
I went forehand off the tee, and I was a little further than Matt, but it's just funny. It was the exact same hole through the trees right there. We both converted. Hole 2, par 4, even though this one is playing almost as a par 5. Very difficult hole here. It's 618 feet. Goal number 1 is to round this gap right here. And with a fairway driver, a lot of people get aggressive and go driver because it's nice to pick up distance on this tee shot. And if you're trying to get a birdie, you're going to have to be past these 2 trees. If you're not past those 2 trees, you're out of position. Your next shot is going to be looking, for the most part, down this left tunnel, although there is a tiny route on the right tunnel. But we're rounding the corner here. I mean, for your second shot, you can do as much as you can, but you can't do anything about these late trees that are going to be blocking approaches and upshots coming into this green.
Yep, that's well said. You've got to get a lot of distance off the tee to put yourself in the proper landing zone. Otherwise, the gaps are small, and hitting early on your approach shot just creates a scramble for that par that you don't want.
Looking good from Matteo right there. Going to keep himself in the fairway. Getting a birdie from there would be incredible, though.
Yeah. Got a little robbed on the skip. You want to move as far left as you can.
Smacking a hyzer, but it's just inside from him. Good reaction off the tree. Keeps him in the fairway. So much work to be done from there, though.
Yeah. To grab a par from where he's at would be a win.
If these players are anything like me, they're thinking a 4 sounds really nice on this hole right about now. Adam going high speed, driver, extremely aggressive, gets batted down by that limb right there. That was looking a lot better than the result.
Yeah, terrible kick too. Short right is not where you want to be. Have you ever seen Chris wear Vans?
No, but I see. That's funny. Chris wearing Vans now. James Conrad wearing Vans. You've always wore Vans.
Connor O'Reilly's been wearing some Vans.
That's a slight trend of the disc golf world. I haven't tried it myself. All right, here's Emerson from way out of position. And that's as good as you can do it.
That little kick left was great, too.
It does. It only helps. If he fades off to the right there, he will have many more trees in between him and the basket, but he's minimizing that by keeping it left.
This is just a position play for Adam. That's his zone. He's not going for the green.
No doubt about that. Ooh. That's going to hurt right there, but maybe could work an Anheuser angle around those trees.
Yeah, there's just a clump of trees. You guys see it there. There is barely any gaps through it. You've got to land in an ideal spot just to make it happen. It's mostly poke and hope. You end up in a spot and you got to get up and down.
Yeah, a lot of scrambling to be had here. Matteo was a little inside on his gap right there, but it got through plenty to where he's happy with it. Should be an easy par. Chris going high here. It's just crashing into the trees. There's not a clear line, but it's a good play because it beats a lot of trees. It's going to be blocked, though, and small upshot, small jump putt possibly to get up and down.
Yeah, he's just playing forward progress at that point.
Tight line here, no room for error from Adam, and laces the zone through that gap. You cannot overshadow that. That is an incredible scramble.
Yeah. He is really good with that zone approach.
All right, here's Emerson. This approach is about 150 feet, maybe a little further. Ooh, catches early, and that's going to be a bogey unless he does something miraculous.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't expect him to hit those limbs, but they come into play. Here's Matteo working on his par. Got to get around him, and that's perfectly done.
Yeah, he's from the woods. Home course in Mobile, very wooded, so he's no stranger to the fairways he finds here.
Good looking shot from Chris. That'll be easy par for him, I believe.
This is right in Emerson's range.
Yeah, this is a par putt. Ooh, just over.
That's a proper run, though. Good bid from the young guy.
Nice save from Adam. That upshot was most of the work. He was well out of position there, but recovered really nicely.
Yeah. A four's got to feel like a birdie when there were only 4 threes. Excuse me. Jonathan Nicholson, Jonathan Fletcher, Colby Childress, and Ben Calloway. Only people to card the birdie on hole 2.
Surprising stat there, but this hole's extremely difficult. Hole 3, short par 3 up this hill at 266 feet. Is it only 266?
Yeah, I think that's probably right. Plays a little bit uphill, probably more like 290 if you're throwing.
Yeah.
3
I'd
bills,
say so,
maybe.
maybe 300. It's a very common mid-range shot. Players are hitting the disc on a flat angle and just dragging it ever so slightly to the right. A couple late trees to miss, but it's a pretty fair hole for the most part. There's this mean tree at 60 feet that you can throw a good-looking shot and catch that tree and have that birdie robbed from you, but we'll see how these guys handle it. Looking good.
Yeah.
It's through it all. It's funny how when they tail off on the right like that, that seems to work really nicely. And sometimes if they tail off left, they even work nicely, getting you to circle's edge.
Yeah, that was Matt's signature disc, the M Model S from him. It's just a zone from Adam. He's tugged it a little bit left of the fairway. Hits that tree right about 60.
Just off there. He's throwing that zone so hard to get it up that hill.
Yeah, we were throwing A3s at it, and it's a strong pull.
To keep it on the line as well.
Chris, one of the best in the world at the turnover putter shot.
That is perfect.
Yeah.
The perfect shots do just what Chris's did there. They kind of hang around the left side of the fairway the whole way, just work their way to the right. Oh, that's going to be Scramble City for M. Off of his line there, gets punished into the woods. This is not an easy up and down here. He's already at 1 over. Whoa, made it look way easier than I expected.
Yeah. That was an explorer out of him.
That was a really nice shot.
He's great out of the woods. Just an all-around scrambler from Texas.
Very close bid from Adam Hammes there.
Matty O for his 2. Emerson to complete the scramble. Does nicely. You don't want to be 2 over after 3 holes.
No, not on a course like this. Start getting behind and then needing those birdies, and that's no fun. Here we are at hole 4 at 321 feet. This one plays slightly uphill as well. The ground is slanting here, as you can see, down to the right. The obvious play for me is around the right side. There is a left side fairway that you could attack, and then right where this drone is flying is a great pocket to hit. Some people attack for this gap, while others play a more overstable disc around the right side and play that skip. Let's see how these guys attack it.
Yeah, ideally you could play it straight as well and end up right at circle's edge. Thinking about getting your disc left can get you in trouble sometimes. Matty O going FX2. It's a 500 FX2. Looks like circle's edge long.
Never contested the guardian trees. Well around him. Ooh, but he'll have some guardian trees on that putt there. To park this hole, you're going to have to come very close to those trees in the way. Oh, Chris looks like he's going down the middle. Oh, man, and that would have worked out perfect.
Really? That was an M3, I'm sure. Going left gap. That's interesting. You mentioned it in the drone. I hadn't even thought about it.
Yeah, I mean, because the height control is so difficult with that. It seems so much easier to throw it around the right side. And that's a little too much turn. Not going to get the result he wanted, but jump putt from there to easy par.
2 of the 3 going left gap. Looks like Emerson's going right to even things out. I never would have thought that left gap was going to attract some of the best players in the world. This looks a little long.
Maybe it's because the best players in the world don't like to aim at trees. And the right side, you're basically aiming at some trees.
Yeah, you're hoping to hit a gap you can't see.
Little action there. Shouldn't be a problem for Hammonds, though. One of the best putters out there.
Chris from about 80 looked like he was playing it over that branch.
Look at this difficult looking line. He's going around the right side of that last tree. Means he's got to put it up high.
Cash.
And you called that? How are you going to say he's cashing that? That angle looked ridiculous.
I've been watching Matteo play and practice now for a couple months up close, and it's just proper. His game is so solid right now.
What a nice line. He projected the entire flight of that putt right there.
That's exactly right. He is nice with it.
Whew. That's good stuff.
Trademark sunglasses on the head.
Emerson going to have to split the trees here.
No.
No problem.
Wow. 2 incredible putts from these guys.
So good.
I missed that tree by a millimeter. When he's on, he's one of the best. No doubt about it.
Good stroke from Adam there. After seeing those 2 putts, the big putt is a real thing. If you guys haven't heard what a big putt is or being big putted, it's when people further from you make much more difficult putts than what you're staring down, and you start to feel that pressure.
And then succumb to said pressure.
Correct. Hole 5, short par 3 up the hill at 236 feet. This is a certified dinker. We have a 1 slanted tree here in the left that the drone's missing by flying on the right side. It comes into play quite a bit. Then you got those other guardian trees blocking the flick. So, I mean, you throw a flick around the corner. You can play it a little inside, I suppose, but I'm not sure of the perfect route.
Yeah, I don't know that you can park it with a forehand. Okay.
How did it skip like that?
Why did I have to say that sentence right before he did that?
Same here, man. Same here. He played it on the inside, never came in any close to those trees, but that skip was super favorable.
It was.
Let's see this one. Looks to be inside as well and right into the guardian trees that I was talking about. So, yeah, got to come in inside more or outside more. It's up to you.
These guys all going a little higher speed on the flick as well. Even Chris, who throws an A3 really far. Okay. Little backdoor gap.
That's a really good point. What disc is he throwing right there?
That was an FX2, I'm sure.
Yeah, Chris is throwing A3s on holes that are over 300 feet all day.
So it's the flight of a faster disc that these players like here. Whoa.
That had great action off those trees. That's just kind of what you got to do. Yeah, like throwing faster disc on this hole for that ground play at the end of its flight. That's probably why they're doing that.
We saw Matt match the trajectory the best. He kept his low. He got that forward skip.
Just
Emerson,
off.
a little high.
That was his chance at going under par on the day. We are playing a pretty difficult part. I mean, this is an easy hole, obviously, but this is not the easiest part of the course, I'd say.
Now, there's definitely a stretch where you're playing some pretty cheese holes. Some holes you got to get.
Yeah. I guess they're sprinkled in there, kind of.
Yeah. Sporadic.
Like that last hole has those guardian trees in the way. This one's got guardian trees all over the place, even though you want to even though it is a very short hole.
Passion is more than fiery emotion. It feeds the spark to start your day. It fuels your obsessions. It inspires your dreams. Passion challenges your fears, and it repeatedly bathes you in sweat until you are transformed into a new, better you. Disc golf isn't just your passion, it's ours too.
All right, and we are back. Quick shout out to Flight Factory Discs for sponsoring this drone coverage. If you go check them out at flightfactorydiscs.com, they've got thousands of discs in stock, and they just dropped Heather Young's Tour Series disc. So go pick one up if they have some left. Kev, hole 6.
So I guess the play on this one is
Grenade for you.
it is 100% a grenade, and that is the play on the hole. But I'm just saying, for your normal tournament goer, even in the pro division,
Your
I
average
guess
Joe, a forehand roller or something.
forehand roller or something. I don't have a clue. What is this hole?
This is super flippy PA4.
So this is the idea that I feel like a lot of people are going to be going for. Sky Anheuser, but there are just so many trees in the way. Like, can you get a birdie doing that?
I mean, he's got a putt. Looked like he was about circle's edge, maybe just outside.
That is crazy if he's at circle's edge.
Yeah.
All right, here's the forehand play. This one's looking for, okay,
Whoa.
not the big skip like I thought, but still so many trees between that line and the basket. It's pretty much a 90-degree bender.
Mm-hmm.
150 forward and then 150 down maybe.
When they built this hole, they didn't know Kevin Jones would show up 10 years later with a grenade and just, I don't know, what'd you do on it today?
I got that bird. How many people are getting a bird here?
I'll tell you, not very many though.
Sky, forehand as well. That fought through nicely. That's well within Adam's range.
More than you'd think is all.
For
I'll
sure,
say.
I would imagine. Seems like that's the theme. Another Sky Heiser sidearm. That was the best looking one.
Circle's edge.
Circle's edge. That was so high and tight. Good shot.
Might have to try me some of that tomorrow.
I don't know, Luke. That's a big boy shot.
Well, then I guess I'll just throw the forehand roller again. Matteo looks like he's got a tight line at this putt, but he just showed us he's capable of hitting him. Looked like a weird one there.
That was a really weird one, to say the least. Here's Adam, circle's edge. Any shot around here is looking great. And that is a good looking putt. That's what his putt generally looks like.
Yeah. He's got the rocking back and forth motion down. Emerson to match.
And another birdie.
Those are scrappy birdies right there, man.
2 birdies, yeah. It's a scrappy hole in order to get your birdie. How many people finding a birdie on this one?
Kev, we had 17% of the field, which was 22 people finding the birdie on this one.
I would love to know how people are doing it. My guess is the Sky route, that Sky Anheuser,
Yeah.
or Sky Flick route.
I didn't see either of those routes until just a second ago, and I will be trying one tomorrow.
Yeah, it's right there, and it feels good too. It feels like as long as you get it up there, you're not going to take a bad number or anything. Hole 7, par 4. I feel like the drone flight's a little extra slow today. Do you feel that way?
You know, he's just cruising.
We are cruising down this fairway, but it's good because there's a lot to talk about on this hole where you're throwing something flat, and when it finishes out to the left here, the left side of these woods are scoreable. The early right side of the woods are not very scoreable. Obviously, if you make it all the way out of the gap into the field, like, you're looking really good. That's the goal. There's no danger out here really to be had, no out of bounds. We'll have spectators behind this basket here. This is a nice hole, though. Going forehand flex here. Height control is going to be key. I don't hate it, and I mean, that's perfect. Almost perfect. What? So well thrown. Nice kick out at the end there. That's going to be helpful.
Yeah, I'm calling that a birdie.
Yeah, with a zone coming right up.
Emerson.
Another forehand. Forehand,
I wonder if he just likes what he saw.
it looks tasty from the tee. That's for sure. The problem is when you don't throw it perfect, it doesn't end up in an amazing shot. And those are 2 nearly perfect throws.
Yeah. You could hear Emerson in the background doing the exact same thing he said.
Here's Maddie going to be favoring. Yeah. Just turns it up just a little too much.
That was an H3 V2 out of him. Looked like it kicked straight down, so he may have an option from there.
Anything around that distance is pretty much just scrambling for par. And that is a beaut from Chris Dickerson, filtering down to the left side just like you want, and that is textbook. Let's see what Matty O's got up on the hillside. Looking at a roller line.
Yeah, this would be an F3.
See where he's at. Okay, did he go through the tree line? Couldn't tell. But mission complete. He got out of the gap and out into that field.
Yeah.
He'll have a very easy up and down from there.
Yeah, it's 100, 120. Might give it a soft bid. And here's what Adam's left with. Really simple.
Yep.
Possibly giving that one a little bit of a run. Super sticky grass right there. Bringing it in at that angle. It's not going far.
We got 2 guys throwing their absolute money discs at this basket from that distance. It was cool to see Emerson with the Bruins Justice, Adam with that glow zone or whatever that he's been throwing all year.
Yeah. Here's Chris with the A3. That got a little straight on him. Left him 27 feet for his birdie.
Yeah, we're out here in the wind too.
It's kind of the first opportunity these players have had to feel the wind.
This putt coming up for Chris is going to have a high level of difficulty. Left to right whipping wind. Should play it up above the band and let it drop in. Doesn't even have to.
Ooh.
Cuts it through the wind.
He was confident about it reaching down for the putter as it just tinkled in. Yeah, very direct putt from Emerson. He's used to putting in winds coming out of Texas. It's almost like a little taste of home for him. If there's no wind, it's too easy. Matt taking the only par. This one playing just under par as we saw. Did he get some fresh glasses? I know he's got glasses. Different ones
so.
on every video, it seems like. But those seem fresh. Hole 8, Kev, what are we dealing with?
Hole 8 is the most championship level hole on the course. At 422 feet, it's a low ceiling power, hyzer, or flat shot through this gap with a distance driver. If you're throwing fairway on this hole, you have some ridiculous power or you're laying up. That's pretty much the only plays. I mean, I try a roller on this hole.
I tried it because I saw you try it in practice.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably not very commonly taken, but Adam definitely has this one in the bag with his force. Gonna be a little high. Yeah, and into that tree line on the right side. Gets all the way through it. Just went
Circle
right
one.
through it. Parked. He won't be missing that, I'd say. Yeah, smiling about that one. That one got good reaction there.
So skinny.
There's Emerson with a Rive. These are really good feeling discs. It's got a nice turn on it, and that was, yeah, great direction on that shot.
Oh, yeah. You'd take either of those.
For sure, every time.
Really well done from both those guys. Is Chris really just throwing an FX2? So here's the fairway play for bosses only.
This is what I was talking about. He's just going to rip on it on a little bit of a hyzer, actually, and manages the ceiling as perfectly as you could ever do. Gets it all the way up there to 35 feet. Little step putt for Chris. He'll like that. And Matty O with D1 in his hand. He's going to go fan grip, but he fan grips everything. He's got incredible control on shots like these.
Come on.
Doesn't hit his angle. That'll be a par most likely from Matty.
Yeah, unless he can do something special right here, he might be losing a stroke to the card again.
This has actually got some work to do. Can't take that up shot for granted, and I mean,
That's that Sky South PA4.
just a frisbee boy.
Dude, he threw that disc off the band for $7,000 on Skins the other day. We see Chris drill that putt.
Yes, sir. Going FX2 now. That is a hybrid driver, so that's pretty much a fairway, though.
Yeah.
Pretty much a fairway driver.
He's got some beat-in FX2s, too. It's typically a stable fairway driver. He was instrumental in helping formulate that mold, so he's had some in the bag for a long time.
This is an incredible mold, though. Such a good flight to it. Emerson cashing in from outside as well. Little step putt. Dagger.
Yeah. Dead center. Now we just need Adam to finish up that birdie trio again.
Here he is from 15 feet. Dead center.
He said, what trees? I'm parked.
It's a good hole to get a birdie on here. What's the handicap on this hole, Luke?
This one had to come in tough. Mattio's probably feeling like that was not a good par as he watches his card mates take birdies, but it's really not that bad of a par as it comes in as the fifth most difficult. Right. We only had 15% of the field, right about 20 players taking the birdie on it, Kev.
Okay. That's a great hole for us. Hole 9, not a bad hole itself. We've got a fairway driver or maybe a mid-range. It's got this sloping green from left to right, so it kind of cradles discs that hyzer in a little early, so you can play early like that.
Yep.
The problem is there's so many trees on the early left side.
Whoa.
Now, that is... Okay, eventually going to hit something.
Had to. Can't go 2 straight holes straight through the trees. This one is a little uphill, though. That's worth noting, too.
This is what you kind of want to see off the tee. And he does. He sneaks it right past those guardian trees. Like, that's the difference between a 100-foot upshot and a park job.
Mm-hmm. That one also tugged. Similar to Adam. Uncharacteristic shots from those guys. That was about 15 feet right of their line.
Get off of those. You can't do it much better, ladies and gentlemen.
F3 under the basket from Matty O.
He's an artist.
Getting the high five from the crew. This is not very easy for Chris.
Go in. That scramble there. Jump putt approach from Adam here. This is what a lot of players are going to be seeing on their second shot. Gives it a run like he always does.
Gosh. Straddle, 100-foot jump putt.
Yeah.
Great tool to have in the bag. Cleaning up that birdie is Emerson Keith. He's going to grab a stroke on the card.
I loved his play.
Yeah, he played it with a bunch of hyzer out of the hand, let it flip up. And just like you said, you can get a little early left and the grass will favorably move you to the basket as these guys clean up their pars.
Yeah, I can't say enough about Mattio's shot, though. That is the most perfect line you can throw on this hole.
Yeah.
Inside the gap the entire way, not filtering through anything, just straight to the pin.
Only one bogey on the entire scorecard for these guys. Emerson Keith on 2, but he's made his way back to 4 under par, and that is where we find our entire group right now. All of them at 4 under. Wow, looking at Mason Ford. Scorching the course. 11 under through 17 holes. Still got one to play. It's a little bit tricky, 18th.
To say the least, very hard hole coming up for Mason.
It is a very hard hole. Luke Sampson, Nathan Queen, Jonathan Nicholson getting his name up on that leaderboard. Don't go anywhere, though. We've got that back 9 coming to you. Kevin Jones. I am Luke Humphries. You've been watching GK Productions Music City Open presented by Dynamic Discs. We will see you on the back 9.